So tonight with us on basic.ch, Elena Montesinos, who's an artist who currently has a very large solo show at the Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art here in Geneva. Good evening, Elena.
Hey, hello.
So your show is called You Win. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, it's about winning awards. The show is sponsored by Manor. They give an award to a young artist every 2 years in conjunction with the MAMCO.
And you won it this year.
Yeah.
Congratulations. How much did you make, if that's not too indiscreet?
Yeah, well, about 15,000 Swiss francs, of which 6,000 went into the production of the exhibition. The rest of the money is being redistributed through a lottery.
For real?
Yeah, absolutely. And there will be a draw at the end of the show. You should come. You might win something.
Like what?
Tons of great stuff, like Manor vouchers for up to 15,000 Swiss francs. It's just a way to play ball with the big guys, as opposed to being always on the receiving end of things.
What's wrong with receiving money?
Nothing. I'm thrilled, really. The thing is, there are so many prizes for artists here in Switzerland. It seems that everyone is constantly running for them. In the end, you end up identifying young artists as the one who won this or that prize, rather than with their own work. Everyone is caught up in this race, which is actually a roundabout way of building your career through corporate brand names. It's a really cozy system that ends up benefiting everyone. The artists, like myself, of course, but also the sponsors, who can then claim responsibility for the artist's success.
So what you're saying is that it's better to be a sponsor than an artist, then?
Exactly. You get better visibility that way. In any case, I thought that it might be interesting to literalize this whole award thing, to give a taste of it all to the viewer.
Would it be correct, then, to claim that you act as a kind of cultural promoter, more so than a traditional artist?
I'm not sure. I've always been interested in orchestrating social events that involve tons of people, of setting parameters within which something can happen, and at the same time of not controlling the outcome of the event, of hoping something out of the ordinary will happen. Nothing beats the efficiency of the moment, you know.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, at first, when I started, I was making hyper-designed objects, abstract geometric paintings with gold embroidery and stuff. Rather quickly, I decided that I didn't want to spend the rest of my life producing goods for the luxury market. When you walk into a museum, paintings have already been chosen for you. It can be a really passive situation. I want to set up a completely different kind of relationship with the viewer. If you agree to participate in a specific event, the relationship with the work becomes less fetishistic, more real.
Your work is still very carefully designed, though. The exhibition at the MAMCO looks really great.
Thank you, yeah. Well, the room is all golden. I'm thinking of it as an altar. But it only functions if it draws people in, provokes them to play along and participate in the game.
So what's the grand prize?
A trip for 2 people, any destination you may choose.
Il est un principe établi, vivez-y qu'avant d'apprendre à aimer notre prochain, il faut d'abord apprendre à nous aimer nous-mêmes. Ça ne veut pas dire tomber dans le narcissisme et nous admirer avec une allure. Un prérequis pour ce genre de relations humaines. On doit s'appliquer sans arrière-pensée à la compréhension, à l'acceptation. Et en deux, nous comprendre, d'analyser nos sentiments, de nous accepter en tant que personne humaine. Avec qui l'on vit. Bien entendu, si vous avez passé une bonne journée.
Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Please check your number and dial again or call your directory operator. Please check your number and dial again or call your directory operator.
The number you have called is not connected or has been changed. The number you have called is not connected. Please check the number before calling again. Please check the number before calling again.
Alongside your exhibition, you have just released a single, Cash, in collaboration with Crowd Pleaser. You have recorded with Days under the name of Plastique de Rêve, an EP for international DJ Gigolo. You run a label called Euromungo, which organizes all kinds of music-related performances, and you yourself play under the name of DJ Polytalks. Simultaneously, as a visual artist, you continuously make references to the music industry and its social codes. What is your perception, Elena, of the exchanges between the art world and the music scene?
Well, I live and work in both of those scenes, so it's not like I'm making a comment on one or the other. In fact, I don't really buy this whole crossover thing. Art thinks it can borrow some of the underground glamour, the youthful energy of the music scene, while the music scene seems to look for some kind of legitimacy in the art world. It's silly. The electronic music scene I'm involved with has not been on the ground since its onset. It's as pre-packaged as the art world. And I'm not sure there is nothing legit about the art world anyway. Plus, there is nothing more dreary than a DJ playing music at an opening.
Do you consider your work to be critical of these exchanges?
No, that's not really the word I would use. I prefer satirical. I'm not criticizing it because I'm not external to it. I think it's important, even vital for me, to inhabit these territories as fully as I can. It's kind of self-humor, really. My music is mostly done with toys. It's a question of deflating their respective pretenses, of using one against the other to create some space to truly breathe in, to show how naked the emperor really is.
In order to make fun of him?
No, to have fun with him. The emperor is much sexier when he's naked.
Ваши идеалы смешны, а ваша демократия — это только власть интриганов, выбранных глупцами.
I want to read to you something someone wrote about your work. The work of Elena Montesinos passes through the body as well as the mind. whether it's static electricity in guise of a haircut, scratch and sniff sheets provided before an autorama film projection, or sub-bass vibrations and radio waves of all kinds, her art takes over the viewer's senses, physically entices him to participate in her scenario.
Yeah, a bit heavy, but well, that kind of makes sense though.
You went all the way to distribute acid to Visitor once, if I'm not mistaken. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Well, it's a little bit more than that. It's not like I dosed the whole opening. I was invited to do a print for a contemporary art institution, Le Centre de Gravure Contemporaine in Geneva. It's located in a really old chalet. So I did an acid sheet with a psycho image of the building on it as the edition.
But that sheet, it was actually soaked with acid, correct?
Well, yeah, but not all of them, just a few. When the time came to present the edition to the public, since the building is so spooky, I thought visitors could, if they wanted to, take an acid tap to visit the space, which is really picturesque. It's a cheap way to create an outstanding visual and audio experience for the viewers. Anyway, it was all really under control. I happen to know all the people who ended up swallowing their edition, but the whole thing was blown up out of proportion long after it happened.
Do you consider drugs as having a liberating potential?
I'm not so sure. They're just tools. It depends how you use them.
What about technology?
Same thing. The supposed liberating power of technology or drugs is a bit of a scam. I mean, part of me is fascinated or just seduced by the way those things do screw up the fabric of reality. But it's not like you can build a political agenda out of it. It's more like some kind of sci-fi role-playing game. The trick as an artist is to get as many people as possible to play along.
You seem to be doing okay for yourself there. You've recently hijacked an official speech given by Finland's ambassador and have exhibited a human rights karaoke at the UN main building here in Geneva.
Yeah, but once again, in the case of the ambassador, all I used was a toy. Maybe to come back to that thing you read about me, this passing through the body thing, I'm always trying to infiltrate different territories. And the further away from the art world, the better. I had to renew my passport recently, and I provided them with a morphed image of my face. It's highly illegal, but the thing is that it's barely perceptible. The unreal quality of the photo only registers on a subconscious level.
No one at custom noticed yet?
No. It's a kind of infrared or ultraviolet transgression. You get to pick your color.
Article 13. Toute personne a le droit de circuler librement et de choisir sa résidence à l'intérieur d'un État. Toute personne a le droit de quitter tout pays, y compris le sien, et de revenir dans son pays. Article 19. Tout individu a droit à la liberté d'opinion et d'expression, ce qui implique le droit de ne pas être inquiété pour ses opinions et celui de chercher, de recevoir et de répandre, sans considération de frontières, les informations et les idées par quelque moyen d'expression que ce soit.
Votre attention, juste pour un petit moment. Nom des organisateurs de cette réception. Je vous souhaite une bonne soirée. La mission permanente de la campagne est très heureuse de cette participation très riche.
Thank you.